What up, y'all? It's Wolf Sage. Welcome to Daydream, where daydream, they drip. When they drip, they create. It's all a process. What up, y'all? It's your boy Wolf Sage, aka Daydream Wolf, back at it again with another video. Y'all saw the caption. We getting into who I am, who created Daydream, who created Daydream, Day Drip, and what are my goals for this platform. Let's get right into it. So, what up, you guys? It's your boy Wolf Sage. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It really, helps boost the algorithm and help push these videos and stuff like that. And I want this information to get out. So, you know, who am I? Who is the creator of Daydream? What is Daydream? For all you new people out here, this is going to be this just, something for me to be able to show you guys who I am and why I created this platform and everything. So first of all, I go by Daydream Wolf, aka Wolf Sage, aka Wolfmonger. Whole bunch of different names over the years, but I'm keeping them all. Fuck it. Where did I come from? What is my background? I'm pretty sure y'all wondering what's my background, where did I came from. So you guys, I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, on the south side of the Chirac. It wasn't Chirac back in the day. Before it was just Chi-Town. I'm 20. What am I? 20. This year I'm gonna be 28 and 21 in 2021. I'm gonna be 28. Yeah, born June 28th, 1994. Yeah. I grew up just like maybe not like every other nigga, but you saw stuff, you lived through stuff. I lived on the south side of Chicago with my mom and my dad. They had their back and forth, this and there, but for the most part, they made sure to, take care of me and make sure that me and my sister were right and stuff. A little bumpy here and there, but growing up, I can definitely say I had both my parents. But yeah, I just really, I was really into like drawing. I was really into, sports. I was really into just doing different sort of things. My main concern, though, growing up was watching cartoons. And I can tell you this, cartoons is my shit. I love all that shit when it comes to drawing, it comes to sketching, doodling. I was drawing all that shit. That shit was like, I used to get in trouble in school for having to draw. Like I had like a thick folder, those folders that used to, I don't know if some of y'all might not have done it, but like we used to have folders that we had to keep homework and stuff for school, like in grade school, elementary school. I had a folder which was just full of drawings, like this thick full of drawings. And I remember like that was because that was all I knew. All I knew was drawing, and I wanted to draw robots and like animals and cartoons and stuff. Like I had it in my head I was going to be like a big technology, like Elon Musk, Bill Gates type technology company or some shit like that. Like I wanted to design and create security for people, and that was just like I didn't have that in my head, but I was just like that could be a goal, because I was just like I was always just dreaming, and I was always like daydreaming and just wishing I could get out of this reality. Growing up, I didn't really have to deal with like the streets and shit like that. Like I've come real close, and I'm just like like I don't want nothing to do with this stuff, y'all. I like being inside way more than I like being in the streets. So me doing this art stuff, like this was just what I had to do. I was just like, I didn't see it as like, because back in the day, it was always the joke of you're just gonna be some art kid in your mom's basement making drawings and stuff, and you're just a loser. Being an artist wasn't, at that time, me growing up, wasn't talked about. 2006, 2007, all that stuff, like even earlier, because I've been drawing since I was 4 years old. So even before then, it was just like, it's like, if like you better like try and work for one of these big corporate jobs, and I don't know, like try and make logos or try and like do portraits of people, which I couldn't do that. So I was just trying stuff at that time. Being a little nigga, I was just trying stuff. So by the time I got into high school, well, first when I first had that big folder, when I had that big ass folder, I think it was third or fourth grade, full of drawings. That's all I would do was just draw in class. You know, it doesn't matter what was going on in class. I was drawing, didn't give no fucks. I loved going to school, but I loved hanging out and I loved, just learning stuff. I couldn't do all that meaningless, like, okay, you got to memorize this, and that. I couldn't do it. But I was drawing every day, and guess what? That shit got me in trouble. That shit got me in trouble. My parents made me feel real bad for that shit. My teacher doing that shit kind of like made me feel bad. Like I was messing up literally. Like I wasn't going to even be able to get past fourth grade if you just keep on drawing and stuff. And I remember I was just in class and I threw the whole folder away, like right in front of everyone. Everyone was looking like wow, like what? And then because I know the teacher probably wasn't thinking about it, but I was just like, you kind of helped brought this over, you kind of, and I'm just a little kid, I was mad at everyone. I was mad at my parents. I was mad at, teachers and all that stuff. Cause I was like, y'all kind of like broke a little boy's heart and shit like that. So get this, you guys. I did not draw, or I took a break. I wasn't drawing and doing all that shit for like a year or two. Like it wasn't until like eighth grade, going into freshman year of high school, that I really got back into it, because it was just like, I was doing like doodles, this and that, here, there, but it kind of really fucked me up. So I had to I had to get back into it. I had to find my love again, and lucky enough, that love, it came together when I started learning about anime. So around seventh, eighth grade, I was reading, like my friend Josh, he had like introduced me to anime. My first manga, which was like, it was called Strawberry 100%, or Ichigo 100%. Like if you know what it is, yeah, it was one of those school life, love romance type, a little etchy type materials. That shit was just hilarious, but I loved it. It captured me, and I just started going into other stuff. I realized that I've been watching Dragon Ball Z all my life, and all these other stuff that Toonami was playing was also anime, so I got all into that. And then that spark happened. Like I started to draw again. I started really thinking. So when it comes to Daydream, it actually started. It actually can be start. I can't say that I kind of started it at an early age, because I've always just been, I love the idea of being a daydreamer, because that's all I ever did. I used to be sitting around, just like I used to be so focused and so like keen, like on looking at something or thinking about something, that no one can get my attention, and I had to get it out. I had to either draw it or write it or do something. And I just like I remember I was in the first time I drew or wrote down Daydream, like how it is like there, I was in the middle of class. I was like, and I'm probably never find this notebook or something like that, but I know in high school, freshman year or something like that, like I drew it. I probably got the book somewhere in here. I gotta find it. But like I put DEYDREAM, and I was just like, okay, that's cool. Like Daydream, like, cause like it's the vernacular is like, if you grew up a nigga, like everything just sounds different to us. The way we pronounce, the way we speak, our vernacular is out of here. So when I like started just messing around, I was just like, well, I always see Day, like DEY, being put around, and I'm like, let me fix some stuff up, just doing stuff. Like I was just like in the middle of class in high school doing that shit again. What I got in trouble for a long time ago, I was doing it again. But in high school, I really didn't give a fuck. I was like, y'all ain't gonna stop this. Y'all ain't gonna stop it. So I end up putting that shit together, and suddenly it's stuck. Daydream is stuck. I just like kept writing it, and I end up getting into like Photoshop and like Adobe, but I didn't get into that shit until like college. Like that's what's fucked up, because the way Daydream is right here in the back, that wasn't the logo. that shit was not the logo. But as far as that, getting the logo done, like for me, I only thought of it as a saying. And suddenly, as I like built and started, making like Daydream and DEYDRP, and kind of like, because I wanted I wanted a how should I say it? I wanted a phrase. I wanted to make a phrase where it was something like just meaningful to me, something that I was only going to know, and that was going to like, make me stand out to the rest. So I was like, daydream, daydream, day drip, because I was in a fashion sense. I was trying to come up with like fashion terms and this and that. And I was like, well, drip is swag. Drip could mean like, the sweat that comes out of your body when you're struggling and you're trying to fight and hustle and do this and that, and it all came together into daydream, day drip. And then it was more the intent. The intent that I had behind it wasn't the same that I had now. So at first, I just wanted to be some brand. It was just going to be some regular brand, and that's how Daydream was going to breed. It was just going to be clothes, art, whatever I wanted it to be. I just wanted to, just be creative. I just wanted to create something, and at that time, you seeing the academics, you seeing all the YouTubers coming up and kind of, making their names known. Like like influencers wasn't like a big ass thing. Like that wasn't a name yet. It was just people online, like the Shane Dawsons and all them, all those YouTubers and early Instagrammers and stuff like that. They kind of showed me where it was going because I was always interested, especially watching Soldier Boy and how he first got up. So I was just like I didn't see a social media aspect or even online, me talking. I never would have thought I'd be talking on YouTube about this shit. I thought it'd just be something completely different a long time ago, and I'm kind of glad it's not. When I was in college and I was just thinking about Daydream, Day Drip, I was like, well, it has to be a mindset, because it is a process. I didn't want people to hear Daydream and just think that it's just, about just, wasting time and just, you're just all up in your head and you're not really thinking past that. I was like, that's the whole issue. A lot of people always thought that I was just, at one stuck in a point. They thought that I was like, just clouded and just, not thinking ahead or the future, like family and stuff like that. Like people are telling me like they see that I can do stuff, but they're like, you ain't applying it. And I'm just like, I am applying it. I just don't have the process or the means, a way to make my shit happen. Like it wasn't like it was right now. Like I graduated from high school in like 2012 or something like that. And that next year, my sister ended up going into high school, and she ended up being able to go to this like super cool art school. It was like Shy Arts, something like that. Yeah, they had graphic design, they had illustrators, they had kids doing this, and that, and just a whole bunch of different stuff. And I went to a Catholic school. All that stuff, like they weren't promoting that stuff. That you didn't see people doing that. Like so, like for me, I was like, damn. I'm seeing all of them like kind of like early on and everything. I'm like, we don't really have what we have now. We don't have the blueprint that we have now to show us like, oh, this is what you do when you have a clothing line or you want to start this, start that. Like that shit started coming up. So like my sister, she had the opportunity to see all these motherfuckers, be able to be creative and be able to show them their stuff. And I didn't. So I had to do some stuff. So in the middle of like just figuring my life out and going through like a lot of like, stressful times and depression wise and just not feeling like not knowing what to do in life, I just like I decided to put all my eggs into this. Not all my eggs, but like a consider of my eggs into this. Cause I was just like, okay, you came up with Daydream, but you don't want this to be, just some regular degular shit, have it tell a story. And so I was like, okay, well, you already have Daydream, you already have Daydrip. How can I put that together? I decided to be like, okay, Daydream, when they dream, they drip. Because I want when you hear Daydream, you think of a collective or like a group of people, and that's how it kind of started. Really, I wanted to be a whole collective and have it be called Daydream Collective, and it would be just me and a whole bunch of other people that I fucked with, my friends, this and that, and all sorts of ways of life, whether it was through film or, the arts or, through haircutting or food or this or this or that. It's just whatever talents you had, you were going to be a part of this collective. Kind of like the ASAP mob. They had music, they had fashion, they had sneakers, all skateboard dudes. They had all those different types of people in there. And that's kind of what I kind of saw, but that didn't work out too well. Shit just wasn't, it just didn't connect at that time. So I was like, I got to figure something else out. I had to like start working, I had to start going to school and figure stuff out. And like, I went and moved to another state, and it was just like, you know, I have to start making something. I have to start building on something. I got all these ideas, and that's it always came back to Daydream, Daydrip. It always came back to like me having all these great ideas, but not feeling like that end goal was so hard, you know? So I was like, well, it's a process. I started thinking to myself, I'm like, it's a process. I have to be able to work and take my time and actually like implement this to make it work. I can't just throw this shit out. I can't just, put some bullshit out there, because that's not me. I'm too much of a OCD type of nigga to be handling just putting out subpar shit, especially if I know I can do better, especially if I'm like, damn, I told myself that I should have changed this, but I didn't, or I'm just not that type of person, y'all. I'm just not that type of person. So, I'm thinking about it, and this is where the phrase came in, because I'm just like, I need to, when I tell people this phrase, I want people to understand it. So when I say daydream, they drip, and then they drip, they create, it's all a process. I always like the thought of the dream cloud. That's kind of where Daydream came in. Like, if you see any of the first references for Daydream, you'll see I got a cloud, and clouds are a part of my Daydream aesthetic throughout the whole page and the whole sites and everything. Like, you'll see it. Clouds are I really love clouds. I really love those shits. But it's that thought bubble. That's what Daydream is. Daydream is that thought bubble. That thought bubble that has all this stuff raging, and it's just like all this material and thoughts and ideas and concepts just all brainstorming around in this cloud. And daydrip is that drop, it's that idea, it's that sweat, it's that tears, that thing that's coming down, dropping to the earth to be able to hit that soil. That soil is that, it goes from daydream to daydrip to daydrip, they create. They create is that, it's that soil, it's that canvas, it's that blank piece of paper, it's whatever you want to call it. But it's that all those three steps, those are the process that takes, and I wanted to be able to break that down to people into just a simple, that was kind of simple, right? That's a simple concept. You can be able to understand it. Daydream, they drip. When they drip, they create. You got to think stuff. You got to plan stuff out. You have to have your blueprint, and then you have to execute that blueprint that you've had mapped out. And then once you execute it, you're going to build something. You're going to build a foundation, a strong foundation. If you do the other two steps right. And so, like, I was just like, why not make that be the foundation for Daydream, Daydrip? I'm an artist. This is something I honestly went back to the idea of making it being a collective, but just, making it be a platform. We have all these different platforms where, they want you to create, they want you to make videos, they want you to make posts, they want you to make shorts and this sounds and music and all that stuff. I'm like, there should be a platform where you can just be able to create and do shit on your own, right? like you could just be able to, and it doesn't matter what you do. Like, I know on these social media sites like TikTok and Instagram, like, you can have your own businesses, but like there's no community sense to any of these. For creatives, we're always taught that we gotta like compete and go against one another. We always gotta, when we're looking at someone else's content, be like, oh, what can I take from there? What can I use this, use that? I don't want my platform to be that. I want us to be able to collab. I want artists and future artists that come on this platform to be able to not only use each other, but to, be able to jump off of one another, like collab, grow in a sense. Like we can all come together and eat. I want whatever we do in this space, whatever that is created in this space can go into other spaces. Like you can be able to take your creation and go and do this, do that. It's still going to have that tie. It's still going to have that, that stamp, that daydream stamp. Like that's the family. You're always we're always going to give back to the family part, but I also want our other artists to be able to have that opportunity to be able to grow, to get that experience, to get the references. Me as a graphic designer, if I'm working on something huge and I need a videographer, I need a graphic designer, another graphic designer, I need this person, that person, a personality, someone that knows voice and all that stuff, or editing. You can have that experience. I want this Daydream Day Drip to be where you can have that space to create this process, to make it right, to polish your skills, and then go out and then we can double it up. We can triple it up. We can make something bigger. We can create other spaces, other create spaces, you know? This is really my biggest goal. I want Daydream Day Drip to be able to live without me. I want Daydream Day Drip to be able to, I want it to be something that goes past Wolf Sage, goes past Daydream Wolf. I want there to be so many Daydream this, Daydream that, Daydream Keisha, Daydream Terrell, Daydream Vaughn, all those. I want there to be so many people that can be able to use Daydream and see it as community, and hopefully have it be like a support system, and that's what kind of the projects that I'm trying to work on. And hopefully when I put this book and stuff out, and I actually, like, people are able to read and actually get a sense of this, what I'm talking about, this community sense that I'm talking about, you can see where it's going to go. So I had to be the one. Sometimes you have to be the first person to try some shit, because not everyone's going to believe in you, not everyone's going to see your vision, and we all got shit we got to do. So if I got to make the sacrifices, if I got to do this, do that to help make it easier in the future for other artists to be able to come together and feel like they have a team or people cheering behind them, then let's do it. Why not? And that's where I came into this. I was just like, hey, I'm an artist. I'm trying to find my way in this world, but I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm not trying to, I don't want this to turn into a hobby. I want to do what I love, but I also want to make money. I also want to live, not a crazy, luxurious life, but I want to be able to support myself and just live a good life. That's it. I just want to be happy, And it turns out that my happiness is going to be tied to, creating and, exploring who I am and all different sorts of stories and narratives and everything. This is my gift to the world. This is me planting the seed and, giving back to this world that's given me so much. There's going to be so much in the future. There's going to be so many different possibilities. There's going to be a whole world that's going to be open to all of us. And I want there to be a place in there for people that share in my thoughts and my same creative thinking. Let's do this, you guys. So, thank you guys for listening. This is just, this is the origin. It's your boy Wolf Sage, aka Daydream Wolf, just a young dude from the south side of Chicago. I know I'm on the right path. I know there's a lot of stuff that I need to work on, and Daydream is going to evolve, is going to keep on, reshaping itself and becoming something hopefully totally different, something better in the future. But I just can't wait to see that, and I thank you guys for subscribing, all you guys that are watching this. Thank you guys for supporting. If you guys are watching this from the future, if you're watching it right now, in 2022 as this is being made, thank you for supporting, thank you for liking, thank you for just believing. That's all I really want. And hopefully you can find some worth in this platform. You watching, you could find some worth in this platform that you want to support, that you want to see us grow. You want to see us strive. You want to see us just do a whole bunch of amazing things, you know. And I hope I'm worthy. So I hope we're worthy. So, you know, thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, you know, click that bell, stay up to date. You know, thank you guys for support. And this, all this that you're doing, this is only going to push the narrative and, you know, just create something for the future. You know, it's Daydream. We're Daydream, they drip. When they drip, they create. It's all a process, you guys. Y'all have a good night. Peace.